Riptide is a more complicated healing spell, simply because it triggers a certain talent. The talent is called Tidal Waves, and what it does is it either reduces the healing time of your healing wave by 30%, or it increases the critical strike chance of your lesser healing wave by 25%. Therefore, my total critical strike chance of lesser healing wave is 50%. That's a lot, and a pretty big chance that I will get a critical heal out of that. Which brings me to the following. Critical heals are sort of the mana regeneration for shamans, next to MP5 of course, and totems. What critical heals do is they trigger a talent called Improved Water Shield, and what that does is it sort of fakes you getting hit by an enemy by simply getting a critical heal. It gives you a 60% chance to gain 426 mana. So if I would like now get a critical heal, I'll try to get one if I'm lucky enough. Oh, big humiliation. Well, there it is, and there I got the 300 mana. As you can see, I'm looking at the Blizzard standard standard unit frames. Some people would say go and use grid, but I find grid pretty ugly, and it isn't what I really like to see. I tried grid, but you know, I have to use it in a raid environment. There's no other way that I can get around it. So I'm just doing my best with this one, and it's working out pretty well. I just click on the portraits of the persons who get damage or who are aggroed. As you can see here, I need to spam chain heal because, or feral druid is also pretty attacked a lot, you know. But I'm trying to just cast less healing wave a lot, and if he gets around 50%, I'll just, if I have tidal waves, I'll just use a healing wave, which is a 1.5 second cast with tidal waves then. Always have Riptide up at all times, and if you have some enemies who can mana burn, the only counter you can probably do is be careful with your mana. Like, I wasn't right there, but it was pretty intense since I had Bloodlust on. But yeah, mana management at later levels is basically just don't spam your big heals too much. The most important thing, the worst thing that can happen to you is like that you run out of mana. That's like the worst thing that can happen. So keep an eye on that. So yeah, I'm just, you know, trying to. I did not do heroic drive crusader yet, if I'm correct. But therefore, I'm using the tremor totem, which I will get back to in a second. And as you can see, always start off with your Riptide, and then just lesser healing wave if someone gets really low healing wave, and if a lot of people get low. With low I mean below 90% health, chain heal, and if it's a range DPS who is out of your chain heal range, lesser healing wave. It's just a 1.2 second cast with very low mana cost, so take that. Up next, I will explain a bit about totems. One of the most recognized mechanics of the shamans are totems. Totems are our strengths and our weakness. When to use which totems fully depends on the situation, making us very adaptable. But totems are immobile, and unspect costs a lot of mana to constantly spam on the move. For example, I always use my tremor totem if I'm not entirely sure which ability mobs cast. If I'm sure they don't have any fears or sleeps, I put my strength of the earth totem up for my party instead of the tremor totem. As a flame totem, I suggest always using the flame tongue totem as a fire totem, simply because it gives an extra spell power boost. And the big debate, of course, is mana spring versus healing stream totem. I suggest using your mana spring totem if you're not in a raid or a party with a paladin. If you are, ask him for blessing of wisdom, because it has the same effect as a mana tide totem, but you can't have them up at the same time. So So let's say you have a mana spring and someone wants to, paladin wants to Blessing of Wisdom you. He cannot, because that mana spring is active and the mana spring will basically just be worthless. So if you have a paladin in your party, ask him to give you a Blessing of Wisdom and put up your healing stream totem. That way you have sort of 2 totems at once. And of course, as a wind totem, some people would love Wet of the Air totem, which gives 5% faster casting speed. But since I'm more of a team player, I suggest putting up a Wind Fury totem, because it gives 60% more melee haste speed for your party. I think that is a more viable and usable form for your party. So unless you have another shaman in your party who has the spec Wind Fury increase, I suggest putting up a Wind Fury totem as your wind totem. Well, that basically sums it up. First of all, thanks for watching, and second of all, this was just a basic video. I will make more videos like this in future, followed by, let's say, a macro video and an add-on video on how to heal more advanced and how to gear up. You know, those are videos for the future. If this video of course is if this video of course scores pretty good or something, I mean, that would be great. So just thanks for watching and see you guys.